Right, so in this video I'm going to have a look at multiplying two algebraic expressions. So I'm going to look at multiplying these two kinds of expressions here. X plus 1, I'm going to multiply it by x plus 3. Now I'm going to do it in two different ways, initially anyway. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, do it by taking each of these terms here in the first bracket and multiplying it by everything in the second bracket. So basically what you really end up doing when you multiply these two things here is you take the x and you're going to multiply it by this x here. Then you're going to take this x here and you're going to multiply it by this 3. So we now multiplied x by this bracket here. Then what you do is you take this plus 1, you multiply it by that x, and you take that plus 1 and you multiply it by that 3. So you multiply the x by the x plus 3, and you multiply the 1 by the x plus 3. So I'm going to do that in this line here. So I'm going to take the x, and I'm going to multiply it by x plus 3. Then I'm going to take the plus 1, and I'm also going to multiply it by the x plus 3. So I haven't actually done the multiplication yet. All I've done is written out what I'm going to do. I'm going to multiply this x by the second bracket. I'm going to multiply this plus 1 by the second bracket. So let's do it now. X times x is x squared. X times plus 3 is plus 3x. This plus 1 times x is plus 1x, or just plus x. Plus 1 times plus 3 is plus 3. Now, we have four terms here, but we can add these two middle terms here because we have an x squared here. There are no other x squareds along here, so I'm just going to write it down again. I have a 3x here plus 1x. 3x plus 1x will give me a plus 4x. I have a number here. There are no other numbers here on their own without x's, so I just write that down. So when I multiply out these two terms here, or these two expressions, I get x squared plus 4x plus 3. Now another way of doing that would be this way here. You can draw a rectangle or a square like this and divide it up into four parts. This is the area method for doing this multiplication. If you take the first term here, we're going to write it here. Take the second one, a plus 1, I'm going to write it here. We've got an x here, I'm going to write it here. And I've got a plus 3, which I'm going to write here. Now, what you do is, you're finding the area, if you like, of each of these individual boxes by multiplying x by x, multiplying x by plus 1, multiplying plus 3 by x, and plus 3 by plus 1. So, let's do that and see what we get. X times x will give us x squared. X times plus 1 will give me plus 1x. Plus 3 times x will give me plus 3x. Plus 3 times plus 1 will give me plus 3. Now when I take all of these and just write them down, we'll start at the top. We've got an x squared, we've got a plus 1x, we've got a plus 3x, and we've got a plus 3. You can see that this line here is actually the same as this line here now. Now let's do the last line. All we've got to do is add these two here. They're like terms, so we can add them. So we can just write down x squared plus 4x, 1x plus 3x gives us 4x, and then we've got a plus 3 here. So that's exactly the same as our last line here. So this is the standard method. This is the area method, the area model method here. Now let's try another example. Okay, so let's try, let's say y minus 2, and let's take y minus 4. So really we're just adding a different letter, and we'll add in some minuses as well. Now what we do is we take the first letter here, so y, we're going to multiply that by these two here, so y minus 4. Then you take the second term here, which is minus 2. We're also going to multiply that by y minus 4. Okay, so let's do that. Y times y, y squared. Y times minus 4, plus times minus, minus. Y times 4, 4y. Minus times plus, minus. 2 times y, 2y. Minus times minus, plus. 2 times 4, 8. We have a y squared here. There are no other y squares, so we just write it down. We have a minus 4y here and a minus 2y, so we can add these two together. So minus 4y minus another 2y will give us minus 6y. So you go down 4, go down another 2, that'll bring us down to minus 6. We have a number here, no other numbers, so we're just going to write it down. Okay, so that's our answer. So we can also do the area method, of course. Same kind of thing again, we'll divide it into 4, and we've got a y, we've got a minus 2, we have a y, and we have a minus 4. So let's just multiply these. Y times y, y squared. Y times minus 2, minus 2y, minus 4 times y, minus 4y, minus 4 times minus 2, minus times minus, plus 2 4s 8. So when you write that down, let's see, we've got y squared minus 2y minus 4y plus 8, exactly the same as this here. Y squared minus 2y minus 4y minus 6y plus 8, same answer. Okay, let's try another one. Now, let's have a look at, let's say 5a minus 2 squared. This is the same as the other two, it just looks a little bit different. Squaring means just multiplying something by itself. So in other words, that's just 5a minus 2 multiplied by 5a minus 2. So now you can see we just do exactly the same as what we did up here. So that's going to be 5a, I'm going to multiply 5a by this bracket here, that's 5a minus 2. Minus 2, now we write that down. We also multiply that by the second bracket, so that's 5a minus 2 here. Let's multiply that out. Plus times plus is plus. 5 times 5, 25. A times a squared. Plus times minus, minus. 5 times 2, 10. And we also have this a here. Minus times plus, minus. 2 times 5, 10. And we have the a here as well. So 2 5a's is 10a. Minus times minus plus 2 times 2, 4. We also have 25a squared here. Now we have a minus 10a minus 10a. So we go down 10 and then go down another 10. That will bring us down to minus 20a plus 4. So this is our answer. When we square this, or multiply 5a minus 2 by 5a minus 2, we get 25a squared minus 20a plus 4. Okay, so just one last example and we'll finish up then. So let's take 4 minus 2a multiplied by 3a minus 1. So let's see, we take the first number here, the first term, which is 4, multiply it by the second bracket. We take the second term, minus 2a, we also multiply that by the second bracket. Now multiply them out. Okay, so plus times plus is plus. 4 times 3, 12a. Plus times minus, minus. 4 times 1, 4. Minus times plus is minus. 2 times 3, 6. A times a squared. Minus times minus, plus. 2 times 1, 2. And we've also got the a here as well. Now let's simplify that. We have an a squared here. We've no other a squared, so we'll put that one first. Minus 6a squared. Now we have a 12a and we have a 2a. Plus 12a plus 2a, so you go up 12, you go up another 2, that'll bring you up to plus 14a. Now we have a number here, the number is minus 4. There are no other numbers here without a's, so we're just going to write that down. So our answer is minus 6a squared plus 14a minus 4. Now I'll just do this one using the area model. I didn't do the area model for the previous one, but they're all pretty much the same. Just different letters, different numbers. So let's just try it here and see what happens. We got a 4, we got a minus 2a, that's the first bracket. We have a 3a, and we have a minus 1. So let's just multiply that out and see what happens. 3a times 4. 4 times 3, 12a. Plus times minus here, I'm going to do these two now, this one and this one. So plus times minus, minus 2 times 3, 6, a times a squared. Now this one times this one. Minus times plus, minus 1 times 4, 4. Now I'm going to do this one and this one here. Minus times minus plus 2 times 1, 2, and we have an a there as well. Let's just write all of those down. We have a 12a, we have a minus 6a squared, we have a minus 4, and we have a plus 2a. Let's do that now. We have a minus 6a squared, no other a squared, so I'm going to write that down first. It's the highest power, so I'm going to write that down first. We have a 12a plus 2a, that's plus 14a. And then we have this minus 4 here as well. So we end up with the same answer that we got previously. So I'm going to leave that at